You can't defeat me. You can try, you can throw the storm my way, but I am the storm. You can knock me down, but I don't stay down. I rise. Not because I'm better than you, not because life is easier for me, but because I made a decision a long time ago. I don't quit. Life has hit me hard. I've cried, I've failed, I've been broke, but I kept going. That's why you can't defeat me. You thought the pain would stop me? It only taught me. You thought the loss would break me? It only built me. You thought I'd give up when nobody believed in me? Nah, that's when I started believing in myself. You can't defeat somebody who refuses to quit. You can't stop someone who knows their purpose. You can't hold down someone who gets up every time they fall. So go ahead, bring the fear, the doubt, the failure, because I'm not here to survive. I'm here to conquer. And as long as I'm breathing, you can't defeat me. Pain is a teacher, not a defeat. That's something most people never truly understand, because the moment pain shows up, they retreat, they fold, they surrender. But those who grow, those who become unbreakable, they see pain for what it really is, a messenger, a mentor, a refining fire. When you look at pain as defeat, you miss the lesson, you miss the growth, you miss the transformation that only hardship can bring. Look, nobody wakes up and says, I want to struggle today. But the truth is, the struggle is where greatness is born. That's where the champions are shaped. That's where the character is carved. Every time life punches you in the face, you've got two options. Stay down and accept the lie that you're not enough, or stand back up and ask, what can I learn from this? Pain doesn't come to stop you. It comes to reveal you. It comes to test your heart, your commitment, your purpose. When things get hard, that's when you find out who you really are. Most people want success without sacrifice. They want the reward without the resistance. But nothing in this life that's worth having comes easy. If it came easy, you wouldn't value it. That pain you're feeling is not punishment. It's preparation. It's training. It's the process molding you into someone who's ready for the next level. Think about the gym. You go in and lift weights. What are you doing? You're putting your muscles under stress, under pressure. Why? Because the breakdown leads to the buildup. The pain in those reps leads to strength. The soreness you feel the next day, that's progress talking. That's your body telling you it's changing. Life works the same way. You think emotionally, you quit. You think logically, you grow. When pain comes, don't ask why me. Ask, what's this trying to teach me? Every failure, every heartbreak, every betrayal is shaping you. It's removing the soft, weak parts of you and building someone stronger in their place. But only if you let it. Only if you stop running from pain and start embracing it as a necessary part of the journey. You see, the greatest people in history, they all suffered. They all went through storms. They all had a moment when quitting seemed easier than continuing. But they didn't stop. They didn't let pain define them. They let it refine them. People will say, but it hurts. Yeah, it does. Growth hurts. Healing hurts. Change hurts. But staying stuck hurts even more. You've got to choose your pain. The pain of discipline or the pain of regret. The pain of endurance or the pain of giving up. One will build you, the other will break you. Pain teaches patience. It teaches perspective. It teaches you how to value what you earn. And let me tell you, when you earn something through pain, you walk differently. You talk differently. You carry yourself with a different level of confidence because you know you earned it. Nobody gave it to you. Nobody handed it over. You took the hits, you stayed in the fight, and you came out stronger. So don't run from it. Don't numb it. Don't distract yourself from it. Sit with it, learn from it, grow through it, because on the other side of that pain is a version of you that you haven't even met yet. A version that's more powerful, more focused, more unstoppable than you've ever imagined. And the beautiful thing is, once you've learned how to turn pain into power, nothing can stop you. You stop fearing failure. You stop fearing rejections. You stop fearing setbacks because you understand now. They're not barriers, they're blueprints. They're instructions. They're building blocks. You learn how to smile in the storm. You learn how to keep pushing even when it feels like everything's against you. And when people ask you, how did you make it through that? You'll tell them, because pain didn't break me, it built me. And that's the difference between those who make it and those who don't. It's not talent. It's not luck. It's not connections. It's the ability to stay in the game when it hurts, to keep walking when it burns, to keep believing when everything around you says stop. That mindset where you treat pain like a partner in your progress is what separates warriors from warriors. You're going to get hit. That's life. But if you decide right now that you'll never let pain defeat you, that every time it shows up, you'll use it to fuel your focus, to sharpen your vision, to deepen your drive, then there's nothing that can keep you from becoming what you were destined to be. The world will try to use pain to break you. But you got to flip the script. You got to use pain to break through. Because once you learn that pain is a teacher, not a defeat, you become truly unstoppable. Resilience is a choice. It's not a talent you're born with, and it's not a gift someone hands you. It's a decision, a mindset you build day after day. Life will hit everyone. That's the one guarantee we all share. No one is exempt from pain, loss, failure, or heartbreak. But what separates those who rise from those who stay down is the choice they make after the fall. You don't become resilient by accident. You become resilient by deciding that no matter what happens, you will not quit. You will not fold. You will not let your circumstances control your destiny. The world doesn't owe you comfort. It doesn't owe you fairness. It doesn't owe you understanding. But you owe yourself the commitment to keep going, even when everything around you says stop, when life knocks you down. And it will. You have a moment where everything is silent, and it's just you and the pain. That's when the decision is made. Do I get up? Do I take one more step? Or do I give in to the pressure and stay down? That moment defines you, not the fall, not the failure, but what you choose after it. Resilience is about showing up even when you don't feel like it. It's about saying, I may not have it all figured out, but I'm not giving up. It's about understanding that the road to anything great is full of bumps, setbacks, and struggle. But the ones who keep going are the ones who make it. You can't control the storm, but you can control how you sail through it. You can control your focus, your attitude, your energy. And that's what resilience is. It's the refusal to surrender your power to the chaos around you. Some people wait to feel strong before they take action. That's not resilience. Resilience means taking action while you're weak. It's fighting back while you're scared. It's standing tall even when everything inside you feels broken. That takes courage. That takes discipline. And yes, that takes a choice. People often ask, how do I stay strong? The answer isn't magic. It's repetition. It's waking up every day and deciding to keep showing up. Some days you'll feel motivated. Most days you won't. But resilience doesn't care about your mood. It's built on your mission. It's built on the promises you made to yourself, the ones you refuse to break even when it hurts. You see, you don't build resilience in the spotlight. You build it in the shadows, in the quiet moments when no one is watching. When you choose to keep going, not because someone is cheering you on, but because you refuse to give up on yourself. That's what makes a warrior. Not loud words, not fake strength, but the quiet, consistent grind that says, I'm still here. Every time you get back up, you're becoming stronger. You're showing yourself that quitting is not an option. And the more you make that choice, the easier it becomes to rise the next time. Life isn't about avoiding the fall. It's about bouncing back faster. It's about becoming the kind of person who adapts, who adjusts, who finds a way no matter how impossible things seem. You will face disappointment. You will face rejection. You will face moments when you question everything. But you must remember, your response is everything. You can choose to become bitter or you can choose to become better. That's the essence of resilience. Choosing growth over defeat, choosing strength over surrender. And here's the truth. Resilience doesn't mean you never feel weak. It doesn't mean you never break down. It means you feel the weight, but you don't let it bury you. It means you cry, but you don't quit. It means you doubt, but you still move forward. Real strength is not in the appearance of perfection. It's in the commitment to rise again and again. Resilience also means being flexible. Sometimes the path you plan gets destroyed. Sometimes your dreams get delayed. But when you're resilient, you don't give up. You pivot, you shift, you adapt. You find another way because the goal never changes. Only the route does. Quitting is easy. Anybody can quit. But staying in the fight when it's hard, that's what makes you rare. Don't let setbacks define you. Let them refine you. Let every failure sharpen your focus. Let every obstacle build your endurance. Because when you choose resilience, you're choosing to become unshakable. You're choosing to live with purpose, even when the odds are against you. And don't worry if no one sees your grind. Don't worry if they don't understand your struggle. You're not doing this for them. You're doing it for you, for the person you're becoming, for the future you're building, for the story you're writing. One of perseverance, of strength, of victory. The truth is, life will never get easier, but you can get stronger, you can get tougher, you can become the kind of person who doesn't back down, who doesn't fold under pressure, who doesn't run when it hurts. That person is in you, but it only comes out when you choose resilience day after day, moment after moment. So the next time you're not down, remember, this is not the end. It's just another test, another chapter, another opportunity to prove to yourself that you are not the kind of person who quits, that no matter what comes your way, you will rise. Resilience is not something you find, it's something you build. And every time you make the choice to keep going, you're building a version of yourself that no one can defeat. When you believe in your purpose, no one can take you off your path. Purpose is not just a feel-good idea or a motivational buzzword. It's the reason you wake up in the morning. It's the fire in your soul that burns even when the world tries to put it out. Purpose gives your life direction. It gives your pain meaning. And when you're locked into that purpose, distractions lose their power. Doubt loses its grip. Fear loses its voice. Because purpose silences everything that doesn't align with your mission. The truth is, most people walk through life without knowing why they're here. They wake up, go through the motions, chase temporary pleasures, and then wonder why they feel so empty. That's because without purpose, life becomes a cycle of survival instead of a journey of meaning. Purpose isn't about being perfect. It's about being intentional. It's about living every day knowing that what you do matters. Now, when you find your purpose, don't expect everyone to understand it. Don't expect applause or validation. In fact, be prepared for people to criticize you, question you, even laugh at you. That's the price of purpose. Because your vision wasn't given to them, it was given to you. And if you need the world's permission to chase your dream, you're already defeated. When you anchored in your purpose, external opinions stop being your compass. You stop bending for approval and start walking in your truth. The power of purpose is that it gives you a reason to keep going, even when everything tells you to quit. Life is going to test you. It's going to throw storms your way. But purpose is what keeps you standing when the wind is howling. It's what keeps you moving when your legs are tired. Because when you know why you're doing something, you'll find the strength to do it even when it's hard. Purpose also gives your pain a place. It takes the darkest parts of your story and turns them into power. It turns your scars into strategies, your tears into testimony. Everything you've been through, every failure, every setback, every heartbreak, it all becomes fuel when you're driven by purpose. Nothing is wasted. Everything is part of the mission. You can't fake purpose. You can't borrow it. You have to dig deep and find it for yourself. It comes from within. And once you find it, protect it, guard it. Don't let the noise of the world drown it out. Because purpose will take you places motivation never could. Purpose will get you up when your feelings say stay down. Purpose will make you do the hard things, the uncomfortable things, the lonely things, because you know it's all part of the bigger picture. Let me tell you something real. The enemy of purpose is distraction. It's easy to lose your focus in a world full of noise, trends, and temptations. That's why you've got to be intentional every single day. Wake up with your purpose on your mind. Move with it in your heart. Speak with it in your voice. When you align with your purpose, your steps are ordered. Your actions are deliberate. You stop chasing everything and start building something that matters. Some people will try to discourage you, not because you're wrong, but because your commitment reminds them of their complacency. Don't let their fear shrink your faith. Don't let their doubts dim your drive. You're not here to make everyone comfortable. You're here to make an impact. And impact never comes from playing it safe. It comes from stepping out, standing firm, and staying true to your why. Purpose doesn't always look glamorous. Sometimes it looks like sacrifice. Like staying up late working when everyone else is partying. Like turning down easy distractions for long-term vision. Like being misunderstood for a season so you can be respected for a lifetime. But When you're walking in purpose, every sacrifice makes sense because you're not chasing a feeling. You're chasing fulfillment. And there's a big difference. You also need to understand that purpose evolves. It grows with you. The more you stretch, the clearer it becomes. Don't wait until everything is figured out to start. Just start. Take one step in faith. Take one step in obedience and then another. Purpose reveals itself in the doing, not just the dreaming. The more you act, the more you learn. And the more you learn, the more you become. Purpose requires discipline. It requires consistency. It requires you to show up when no one claps, when no one sees, when no one says thank you. It's the grind behind the glory, the struggle behind the success. But let me tell you, when you're living in purpose, you never feel like you're wasting time because every moment, every task, every effort is tied to something greater than yourself. You got to believe so strongly in your purpose that rejection doesn't break you, that failure doesn't shake you, that waiting doesn't weaken you. Keep your eyes on the vision. Keep your heart on the mission. There will be days when it's hard, days when you feel like nothing is working. But remember, progress isn't always loud. Growth isn't always visible. Trust the process. Keep planting the seeds. Purpose will produce fruit in time. The world is full of talented people who never reached their potential, not because they weren't capable, but because they weren't committed to their purpose. Don't let that be you. Don't let convenience rob you of calling. Don't let comparison kill your confidence. Stay in your lane. Run your race. Your purpose is not a competition, it's a calling. And here's the final truth. Your purpose isn't just about you. It's about the lives you're meant to impact, the people you're meant to inspire, the legacy you're meant to leave. When you live in purpose, you give others permission to do the same. You become a light, a voice, a spark that ignites transformation around you. That's the power of living fully, boldly, and unapologetically in your purpose. So when the world tries to tell you to quit, when your own doubts whisper lies in your ear, when the pressure feels too much, go back to your why. Go back to the reason you started. Let it anchor you. Let it drive you. Let it remind you, you're not here by accident. You have a purpose. And when you believe in that purpose, nothing and no one can take you off your path. Most people only see the end result, the highlight reel. They see the success, the awards, the lifestyle, and they think it just happened. But what they don't see is what happens behind the scenes. They don't see the grind, the sleepless nights, the sacrifices, the failures, the moments of doubt and frustration. They don't see the blood, sweat, and tears that went into becoming the person you are today. They don't see the days you wanted to quit, but didn't. They don't see the times you were overlooked, underestimated, or even laughed at, but still showed up anyway. That's the part of the journey that defines you. The part that happens when nobody's watching. See, the work you put in when no one else is around is the work that matters most. That's where greatness is built. Not in front of the cameras, not on social media, not when people are cheering you on, but in silence, in solitude, in the dark. That's where character is forged. That's where discipline is born. That's where resilience is tested. Anybody can show up when the lights are on. But can you stay committed when the world is silent? Can you stay focused when you don't get recognition? Can you keep pushing when nobody is clapping for you? This is what separates the great from the average. The greats understand that consistency in the dark leads to excellence in the light. They don't wait for motivation to strike. They don't depend on praise. They wake up every single day and put in the work, not because they feel like it, but because they're committed to their vision. They know that every rep, every hour, every moment spent working when no one is looking adds up. It compounds and eventually it shows. It manifests in results and transformation and impact. People often ask, so what's the secret? The secret is that there is no secret. It's the unglamorous stuff. It's waking up early when you don't want to. It's staying late to get it done right. It's saying no to distractions, temptations, and excuses. It's the discipline to keep going, even when it gets boring, repetitive, or hard. Because the truth is, success isn't always exciting. Sometimes it's just doing the same right thing over and over until the breakthrough comes, until the doors open, until the moment finally arrives. And here's the thing, you can't cheat the process. You can't fake work. You might fool some people, but you can't fool the grind. The grind knows who's been working and who hasn't. It reveals itself in crunch time. It exposes the ones who are cutting corners and elevates the ones who are preparing when no one else was. And that's why you've got to respect the process. Embrace it. Fall in love with it. Because the process is where your foundation is built. And if your foundation isn't solid, everything you build on top of it will eventually crumble. When no one is watching, that's when your habits are tested. That's when your real character shows. Do you hold yourself to a high standard when no one's around to check on you? Do you still give 100% when there's no spotlight, no trophy, no pat on the back? That's what matters. That's what defines your future. Your results are a reflection of your private commitment. Your success is a byproduct of your private grind. What you do in secret will eventually be shouted from the rooftop. Let me tell you something. Everyone wants to shine, but not everyone wants to grind. Everyone wants the reward, but not everyone is willing to pay the price. The price is the work you do when no one's applauding. The price is the commitment to excellence, even when it feels like no one cares. But here's the beauty of it. You're not doing it for the applause. You're doing it because you're building something real, something lasting, something meaningful. It's in those lonely hours, those quiet moments that you grow. You grow stronger, wiser, more focused. You develop mental toughness. You learn to rely on discipline instead of emotions. You learn to push past comfort and tap into your full potential. And that kind of growth, that doesn't come easy. That doesn't come quickly, but it's worth it. Every moment of silent grinding is an investment into your future self. You've got to learn to clap for yourself when no one else does. You've got to be your own cheerleader, your own motivator, your own accountability partner. Because if you only work hard when someone's watching, you'll never reach your true capacity. Real champions are self-driven. They don't wait to be told what to do. They take initiative. They take ownership. They take responsibility for their growth. People won't always understand your level of dedication. They might call you obsessed, too intense, or say you're doing too much. But you've got to understand, they don't see what you see. They don't feel what you feel. They weren't given your vision. You can't expect people to understand your grind when they don't know your goals. And you can't let their opinions dilute your effort. You've got to train like you're already there. Prepare like the opportunity is coming. Carry yourself like the success is already yours. Because when the opportunity comes, and it will, you don't rise to the occasion, you fall to the level of your preparation. So the question is, are you preparing now, even when no one is looking? Are you sharpening your skills? Are you mastering your craft? Are you building the discipline to sustain the success you want? Remember this, greatness is a daily choice. It's not something you achieve once and keep forever. It's something you have to earn every single day, and the earning happens in private, in the early mornings, in the late nights, in the sacrifices that nobody sees. That's where it happens. That's where champions are made. So don't get discouraged when no one notices you yet. Don't lose heart when it feels like your work is being overlooked. Keep going, keep grinding, keep showing up with excellence, because one day the world will see. One day the results will speak so loud that you won't have to say a word. One day they'll ask how you did it and you'll smile, knowing it was all those days of unseen effort that made the difference. That's the power of what you do when no one is watching. That's what separates you from the rest. You have to understand that pain is part of the process. There is no elevation without discomfort, no growth without challenge, no breakthrough without struggle. The people who make it to the top, who rise above the rest, they're not the ones who avoid pain. They're the ones who endure it, embrace it, and let it shape them into something stronger. Pain is not your enemy, it's your trainer, it's your teacher. It's refining you, molding you, preparing you for everything you said you wanted. Most people run from pain. The moment it gets hard, the moment it gets uncomfortable, they start looking for a way out. They quit, they complain, they blame. But what they don't realize is that the pain they're trying to escape is the very thing that could transform their life. Because pain is proof that you're in the process. It's proof that you're stretching, that you're pushing beyond your limits. And if you want to grow, you've got to be willing to go through it. See, there's no shortcut through pain. There's no easy path to greatness. You can't skip the hard days. You can't avoid the moments of doubt, fear, and exhaustion. But you can learn to push through them. You can learn to rise above them. And when you do, when you refuse to give up in the face of adversity, that's when you discover who you really are. That's when your true strength shows up. Pain doesn't last forever. It feels like it in the moment, but it doesn't. What lasts is the strength you gain from it, the wisdom, the resilience, the confidence. When you fight through something that was meant to break you and come out on the other side, you don't just survive, you evolve. You come out better. You come out sharper. You come out with a fire in your soul that can't be put out. But here's the catch. You have to make a choice. You can let pain break you, or you can let it build you. You can use it as an excuse to quit, or you can use it as fuel to keep going. The pain you feel is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of a new chapter. And you get to decide what that chapter looks like. When life hits you hard, and it will, you have to remember why you started. You have to remind yourself of the vision, the purpose, the reason you began this journey in the first place. Because when the pain hits, your emotions will try to talk you out of it. Your mind will try to convince you to give up. That's when discipline has to kick in. That's when purpose has to speak louder than pain. You got to look pain in the face and say, you won't defeat me. You've got to stand tall even when everything in you wants to break, because there's power in endurance. There's power in perseverance. Every time you keep going when it hurts, you're building something inside of you that no one can take away. You're creating a version of yourself that's unshakable. Think about it. Every champion you admire, every success story you ever heard, they all have one thing in common. They went through pain. They didn't just wake up successful. They suffered, they sacrificed, they struggled, but they didn't stop, they didn't fold. They kept grinding, they kept showing up. And now people only see the glory. They don't see the grind. They don't see the nights spent crying, the rejections, the failures. But that's what made them. So why would your story be any different? Why would your journey be pain-free? It won't be. And that's okay, because you're built for this. You're not weak. You're not fragile. You got a fire in you that was meant to survive the storm. But you've got to tap into it. You've got to dig deep. You've got to make a decision that no matter how hard it gets, you will not give up. Pain is temporary, but quitting lasts forever. If you stop now, you'll always wonder what could have been. You'll always live with the regret of giving up when you were just one step away. But if you push through, if you endure just a little longer, you'll come out on the other side stronger than you ever imagined. And let me tell you something. When you go through pain and keep going anyway, it changes you. It gives you a level of confidence that can't be taught. It gives you a toughness that can't be faked. It gives you a testimony that inspires others. Because now, you're not just talking about resilience, you are resilient. You're not just preaching perseverance, you live it. You start to realize that pain is not there to destroy you, it's there to reveal you. It shows you what you're made of. It uncovers the fighter in you. And once you've seen what you're capable of under pressure, under stress, under pain, you'll never go back to playing small again. You'll never lower your standards again. You've got to develop a mindset that says, I don't care what it takes, I'm not quitting. You've got to become so determined, so focused, so relentless that pain becomes part of your process, not your prison. You stop seeing it as punishment and start seeing it as preparation. Preparation for the next level, preparation for the blessings you've been asking for. The truth is, the things you want in life, success, freedom, impact, they come with a price tag. And that price is often paid in pain. But the pain is not in vain. It's not for nothing. It's doing something in you. It's creating something through you. And one day when you look back, you'll realize that the pain was necessary. It was a gift in disguise. It was the tool that God, life, the universe, whatever you believe in, used to elevate you. So don't resent the pain, respect it. Learn from it, grow through it. Let it push you, not paralyze you. Let it shape you, not stop you. Because on the other side of that pain is everything you've been working for. And when you get there, when you reach that level, you'll look back and thank the pain. You'll realize that without it, you never would have become who you were meant to be. Keep pushing, keep fighting, keep believing. The pain you feel today is preparing you for the strength you'll need tomorrow. And if you refuse to quit, if you stay in the fight long enough, you'll come out victorious, not just because you dreamed it, but because you endured it, because you were willing to suffer now so you could succeed later. That's the difference. That's what separates the greats from the rest. Pain is part of the process, and you're strong enough to handle it